Hello everyone, welcome to all. Today our topic is decentralization in India. We will discuss decentralization in detail and get the answer to the following questions. What is decentralization? What is the basic idea behind decentralization? And what changes took place after the 1992 amendment in local government? So in this chapter Federalism, so far we read about the two tiers of government in federal system. But we know that India is a very big country, a very large country. Many states of India are even larger than the countries of Europe. For example, in the area Belgium, a country in Europe, is smaller than a state Haryana. And in terms of population, Uttar Pradesh is bigger than Russia. And Maharashtra is about as big as Germany. And most of the states of our country having diverse population. What is diverse population? Diverse population means people of different languages, different religions, different cultures live together in the same state. So with such diversity and large size, India cannot be run only through two tiers of government. Means besides central government and state government, another tier of government is needed. And that is the reason the process of decentralization started in India. So what is decentralization? Decentralization is basically a process of power sharing. When power is taken away from central government and state governments and given to the local government, it is called decentralization. Means in this process, some decision-making powers are taken away from central government and state governments and given to the local government, so that the leaders of local government can make decisions freely. So what is the basic idea behind decentralization? The basic idea behind decentralization is that there are a large number of problems and issues in each locality. And that can be best settled at local level by the local leaders. Because local leaders have better knowledge about the problems in their localities. And they know how to manage things and where to spend money. So the power should be in local people's hand. And another idea behind decentralization is that at the local level, people can directly participate in the decision-making process. And this is a good way to realize the importance of political participation. Because for effective democracy, it is necessary that each citizen of the country can participate in decision-making process. So under the process of decentralization, panchayats in villages and municipalities in urban areas were set up in all the states of India. But these panchayats and municipalities were directly under the control of state governments. So these were not as effective as today we have effective local government. So why the local government was not effective those days? Because election to these local governments were not held regularly, as the local governments was under the control of state governments. So in some states, elections were conducted regularly, but in some other states, elections were not held regularly. And the second reason why the local government was not effective is that local government did not have any powers or resources for their own. That means for working on ground level, local governments did not have any financial resources or money. So in 1992, the Constitution of India was amended to make the third tier of government in India. After this amendment, many changes took place in local government bodies. Now it is constitutionally mandatory to hold regular elections to local government bodies. That means like state elections and general elections, now it is compulsory to hold a regular election in local government bodies. And the second change is that the seats are reserved for the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. That means in some seats only people of these communities are allowed to fight the election as a candidate. And 1/3 of all positions are reserved for women, which means in some seats in local government bodies, only women candidates can take part to fight elections, not men. And that is the reason that today we have more than 10 lakh women in our local government bodies. And the next change is an independent institution called the State Election Commission has been created in each state to conduct panchayats and municipal elections. That means as we have the Election Commission of India for conducting general elections and state elections, the State Election Commission has been created in each state to conduct panchayats and municipal elections. And the last change is that the state government are required to share some powers and revenue with the local government bodies. But the nature of sharing power differs from state to state. That means now local governments have power to collect taxes like property tax, professional tax, tax on trade, tax on advertisements. So now the local governments are financially independent and very effective. So these are the changes took place after the 1992 amendment in local governments. Now you can write in short, what is decentralization? When power is taken away from central government and state governments and given to the local government, it is called decentralization. And what is the basic idea behind decentralization? The basic idea behind decentralization is that there are a large number of problems and issues in each locality that can be best settled at local level by the local leaders. And at the local level, people can directly participate in decision-making process. And this is a good way to realize the importance of political participation. And the changes that took place after the 1992 amendment in local governments are, now it is constitutionally mandatory to hold regular election to the local government bodies. And the seats are reserved for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other backward classes in local government bodies. And the third is 1/3 of all positions are reserved for women. Then an independent institution called the State Election Commission has been created in each state to conduct panchayats and municipal elections. And the last is the state governments are required to share some power and revenue with local government bodies. But the nature of power sharing differs from state to state. So that's it about decentralization in India. In our next video lecture, we will discuss the Panchayat Raj system in India. Till then, I have 2 questions for you. The first is, who was the father of Panchayati Raj and which is the most developed village in India? If you know the answer, please write it down in the comment box. And if you found this video useful, please do like and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.